Welcome back to Pro Tips and Conversation with your host, AC Pilot Zero. Good morning! Hopefully nobody is too hungover this morning after the 4th last night. I've never been much of a drinker myself, but I can sympathize, as I have seen the effect. So, let's see. Kicking it off here, working on my Dexual Deviant build. Trying to get all caught up for co-op action with Common. This character is replacing the one I was using with him, my strength build, Penis Envy. Because, you know, those huge strength weapons. I just thought, it's just so funny, it's like compensating, you know, makes me laugh. Anyway, I just enjoy like ridiculous, funny names, you know. So, yeah, I gotta kill Quelaag, but first, please tell me I have large shards. Oh yeah, that's right. I got a donation of Titanite. So, gonna upgrade my gear to plus 10, because I got the large ember from depths. And then we're gonna move on to fight Kellogg's. So, I don't think I need to use that bonfire. Here we are. Yes, you may have it, of course. You know, back when I first started and I had the Ember, I was kind of hesitant, like, wait, is there multiple people that I can give this to? Maybe I should not give it to him. And like, I waited for a while. And then finally I was like, you know what, it's my first playthrough, whatever, I'll just give it to him. And that's when I found out, oh shit, you can get the plus 6. So there's a bit of a derp on my end there. Just funny noob mistakes, you know. That's why you should always play blind, because you just make such comical mistakes that you can look back on and laugh about. Because you didn't know what you were doing. Okay, where's my shield? Bada bing. That should do it. Oh geez, I barely had enough souls to get that done. Wait a minute. Okay, yeah, we're good. Some of the bigger weapons take like 800 souls or something to upgrade, so I just want to make sure I didn't miss an upgrade. Those dragon weapons take, it's either 5 or 10k, it's like a ridiculous amount. So I pity anyone like trying to upgrade their Drake Sword. Do not do that, Drake Sword's a trap. It's good for like the parish, and after that it's not so good anymore. So, just get a more reliable weapon and just upgrade it to plus 5. Really, I think even like a longsword plus 5, I think is comparable damage to the Drake Sword. You know, minus the 2-hand R2 explosion attack. It's just not that good. It's a trap, don't fall for it. But every time I see someone wearing like elite knight armor with Drake Sword, so iconically noobish, I love it. Like, bless your little heart, you didn't know any better. Gotta get that Drake Sword, guys, it's so good. Nah. Now, Gravelord Sword, that'll serve you and do some big damage too. Decent reach, good poise damage on that thing. Right, I left him alive for a reason. Gonna get all the armor. So, gonna endure his shenanigans later on. No spoilers. Okay. So, I feel like anyone who's played the game a few times knows to skip Blighttown. It's just not worth the fucking hassle. It's such a pain getting through there, you know. And the only thing you're missing out on is ninja armor and the Ayato, and maybe power within, like if you know, are planning to pick that up. But that's really the only reason to go down there. And it's such a pain. I went down there recently for the first time in a long time with my co-op partner, Common. And it was just like, ugh, so many bad memories. Yeah, we both got mauled up pretty good going through there. Although I don't think I died, so that's good. Oh no, wait, I died when I was a phantom. But not when I was a host. Just run past these guys. By the way, if you want to farm large club early, these guys will drop it. Just use the Morning Star because they bleed out pretty easily. You know, give them a few whacks, a few backstabs, they'll be down. You can farm the club easily from the start of the game that way. It's a very dependable weapon too. Good moveset, good damage, and it has poison, which is gravy. It's not really something that you want to depend on, but it's nice when it happens. The thing is, the large club does so much damage that you're more likely to kill your target than to, like, poison it. Okay, this part is always kind of annoying. Let's lure these in. About to be toxic any second, I can feel it. Whoop! By the way, if you have 0 poise, those little darts will stagger you. Terrible. Just put something on, I don't care what it is. Make sure you come through here with poise or you're gonna just absolutely regret it. That's your pro tip. Ooh, that was close. Gotta wait for... Woo! Oh, damn it, he got me. Oh, I'm poisoned. Oh god, I'm gonna die. Okay, do I have anything ranged? Didn't I pick up a bow? Oh yeah. Do I have arrows though? Do I have arrows? I have all the arrows in the world. Yeah, we'll just use this one. Bada bing, bada boom. Oh, he backed off. I can't even see him now. What a dick. Alright, I'm gonna have to move around to get the angle on him. Meanwhile, I'm literally dying of the plague. Where did he go? I can hear him shooting. Did he fall down there? Oh, yep. There you are, you little... No, lock onto... Oh my god, this game. Lock onto the target. There. Oh, come on, please hit him. Oh, that's right, fire resistant. Nice, got a lucky headshot. So you take this off. Switch back. Just don't panic when you're doing this. I know it's easy to panic when you're poisoned, but just want to take it easy. Chomp on some of that moss. You really should get at least one blooming moss from the Bushman, you know, in Darkroot Forest before you come here. Highly recommend. Otherwise, you could very well be stuck toxic until you get all the way down to the bonfire. I've had to do that before. Like, I didn't have blooming purple, so I had to just race all the way down. It's pretty stressful. That toxin works quick, too. Oh! Damn it, dog. Fuck off. Yeah. Alright. But if you do find yourself in that situation, don't forget, you can pop humanity to heal yourself. And really, it goes into your soft humanity counter in the upper left, which increases your item find, your defense, and your chaos weapon damage if you should have it. So, it's not really a bad idea to use up your humanity. Like don't feel bad about that. It kept you alive, and it's still doing you good, even while it's just sitting in soft form. Of course, if you die, you could lose it all, but hey, don't die. Good advice, right? Very cool armor set there. If only it came in black, am I right? Then you could be a badass plague doctor guy. Oh well, a man can dream. Okay, this route is kind of slippery sometimes. Recommend you take it slow when you're first getting onto it. I feel like they smoothed it out a bit in Remaster, but you used to get hung up on little, you just get stuck on little ledges or something when you were going over that bridge, and sometimes you would just slide off of it, or you would try to move forward and they would push you to the side. Risky, so just take your time on that route. This is where you learn the best gesture in the game, don't forget it. This is why you should join Force Covenant before you come down here, so that you can do this. Oh my god, you fool. Such a great gesture. Oh yeah, Man-Eater Mildred's gonna show up any second. There she is. Man-Eater Mildred. She'll eat your ass. So if you're into that, maybe you should keep her alive. JK. She's going down. She must have been eating a lot of people too, because she's a bit thick, you know? Sorry, you tried. No poise. Do not recommend. Right, so if you didn't already know, poise has certain breakpoints. Like, poise is really an exact science in Souls 1. Then they changed it later on. But anyway, because I guess too many people whine about it, because you can get stun locked to death and blah blah blah, you know. That's why they changed it, because people didn't like getting stun locked. Anyway, there are breakpoints. Weapons deal a certain amount of damage, like a two-handed greatsword attack deals 52 poise damage, so you need 53 to withstand that hit. Now, poise damage heals like over time. Like if you get, let's say you have 53 poise. Let's say you get nicked by like a longsword. That lowers your poise by like 20 or something like that, right? So then a two-handed greatsword hit will stagger you because your poise has been temporarily lowered from 53 to like, you know, 33. So like, don't be like, oh, it didn't work. Like, it's not foolproof. It's just like if you have not been hit yet, then you will not be staggered. But poise damage adds up. That's why if someone's just like freely R1ing you with their small weapon, eventually you'll get stunned because it stacks up. So keep that in mind. Right, so these guys. Once you have them down here, you can buy... No, I'm talking to you. You can buy all kinds of cool shit, right? Some of these weapons you can only get from him. I think he's the only way you can get Washing Pole and Claw. And Uchi you can get from Undead Merchant, but I mean, why kill a useful merchant? This guy's less useful because most of his weapons are kind of niche. Like, you're either going to use it or not. But if you kill him, you get his shield and his Murakumo. I think that's the only way to get the Murakumo. And then if you kill this guy, you get the super awesome Ninja Flippy Dodge Ring. So, if you ever wondered, that's how you do it. You have to kill them. Sorry, there's no other way. Unless you trade, you know. So, a word about Ninja Flip. In case you didn't know this either, if you haven't heard the term iframes yet, that means invulnerability frames. Like, you know that when you roll, you don't get hurt. I mean, assuming you roll correctly, you know, like you get the timing right. There's a different amount of iframes depending on your roll. Like, Fatty Roll has the least amount of iframes, Fast Roll has more, Ninja Roll has the most. And Ninja Roll, in fact, if you are like mashing circle, is seamless iframes. Like, Ninja Roll has iframes throughout the entirety of its roll. Fast Roll has like, there's a little gap at the end, I think, where you can still take damage if you get clipped. That's why sometimes it feels like rolling doesn't work. It just means you didn't time it correctly. But Ninja Flip is like like you could just do this while someone's actively attacking you and you won't get hurt. Like if you do it correctly. It's seamless rolling as long as you're mashing circle. You know, as long as you don't stop rolling, you're not going to get hurt. So, it's pretty OP. And also, it goes further than a fast roll. Sometimes you gotta watch out for that, because if you don't think about it, you might roll off a cliff, you know? You gotta be aware that you're gonna roll further doing that. So, but how do you get Ninja Roll? Well, first you need to be at 25% weight. You need to be already fast rolling. Then you equip... Whoop, let's get out of that. Then you equip the Dark Wood Grain Ring, and then you're Ninja Rolling. So, you are limiting yourself quite a bit by using it, because you're missing out on a lot of weight, right? Well, it's more that you're missing out on a ring slot. Like, you could be fast rolling and use that ring slot for Wolf Ring, for instance, very common way to get some poise. Hornet Ring is another very common ring. Maybe you're a sorcerer, right? So you need Bellowing Dragon. And pretty much your other ring is always going to be Ring of Favor and Protection, you know? Like, it's just too good. You don't want to miss out on that unless you absolutely know what you're doing. But if you're just kind of making like an all-rounder build, like you don't have a super precise plan, you know, that you need 2 rings for, then just throw a rope map on. Always a good idea. Yeah, it's a pretty dependable sword there. Balder. So good. Highly recommend you try that. Right, the other Dex weapons I plan on using, let me just give you an idea here. Dex is pretty versatile. Strength is too, I mean, but all strength weapons kind of are the same. It's just big smashy, you know? Or like, it's either a sword or a big smashy thing. Okay, so Dex gives you the ultra quick, high critical, bleeding bandit knife. Gives you the Dark Silver Tracer, which has the highest crit rating in the game, but I mean, the damage is mediocre otherwise, but for backstabs it's tremendously high. It also inflicts Toxic on the strong attack, but only on the strong attack, for whatever reason. Kinda lame. The strong attack's also a bit slower. But look at those cool streaks it leaves, like, how fun is that? Let me just pull this before I forget. Yay! I really like how she looks. I think she looks kind of cool with the sunlight and the mask. I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm just enjoying the refreshing view of not looking at Havel's armor. Right. Other stuff you can use. The Flamberge, like the Dex Greatsword, right? Let's take a look at it. So, shit scaling on strength, good scaling on Dex, though. This thing will do decent damage, yeah, for sure. Even with only Dex, like I have to two-hand this. I'm only going to have 13 strength, so I have to two-hand it. But I thought that's not really a big loss, because when you're using a greatsword, you're trying to, you know, stun lock people with it. Like, that's really the point. Because most people, they'll just slap on a wolf ring and they'll call it a day, right? Like, if they're kind of not, like, super min-maxing, which means you can just readily stun them with a two-handed R1, because you're dealing 52 points damage, remember. And 40 is just not enough. And then it also has a really cool R2 attack on it. This, like, winding sweep. Whenever I meet someone who likes parrying, if I start using this, it seems like they can never catch me. Like, it's just too weird. Because not a lot of people use the Flamberge, and it's got a unique moveset. Like, no other greatsword has that wacky, swirling attack, you know. And it deals good damage, too. So, like, they'll try and parry and just eat a R2 to the face. Big damage. Also, it has bleed. So this is my... Like, if I'm going against something with a lot of poise, and I just want to, like, be able to just stun it to death, this is my go-to. But if you want to bleed things... Ooh, it's hard to beat this guy here. The Gold Tracer. Quite infamous. Now, you'll notice the R1 is not that quick. But that's because curved swords really are all about the R2. Watch this. Seamless, smooth slashing. So quick. And the R2's on it. Now, it inflicts bleed, mind you. So every hit ups the bleed, which makes the R2 on this. That's a single R2 right there. 3 hits. Imagine how quickly they'll bleed. You just hit them with one of these. And then a follow-up, right? Boom! Another 3 hits. Yeah, they're bleeding at that point. There's no way they're not. They're probably bleeding 4 hits only. So you can just follow it up with a swift R1. You know, of course, this weapon and any curved sword, anything that you can just spam R1 on, you know, or like attacks quickly, you gotta watch out for the parry. So, if he's got the parry shield, because it seems like people don't really use the parry dagger anymore, so if you see that shield, you gotta be aware and watch out for it. So you gotta change up your timings, you gotta mix your R1s and your R2s just to throw them off, otherwise you're gonna get wrecked. Parry is high risk, high reward, but you know, once you get good at it, those people are a nightmare. Right, I also have this super awesome longest poke in the game. Look at that. Tremendous. Very, very good. Except for, you know, the damage is kind of mediocre. But my idea is slap this on, wood grain ring. Like really, oh right, I'm overweight right now. It's not working. Yeah, but this spear it's highly recommended to go with the Dark Wood Grain because you roll further, recall, and you have, like, you know, hell of iframes. So, like, if someone's just trying to get you, you just, like, roll away and poke and jab, you know, and then you keep rolling. So you're just kind of kiting them around to get close to you, whoop. Unless they also are ninja rolling, you're just going to outpace them, which gives you enough room to turn back and stab real quick and then, you know, get back to kiting. So, infuriating to fight against, and they have to chase you, right? Most invaders want you to chase them. By the way, let's talk about invaders right quick and invader strategies. So, most of the invaders you meet are... Okay, they're not looking for a duel in most cases, right? If they just randomly invade you, like if it's not at township or like a typical duel spot, right? They are going to use everything on the map against you. They're going to run to monsters, right? They're going to flee when they get hurt. They're going to do all the fucking annoying shenanigans that they can because they just want to win. Like, they're just there to fuck up your day. So you can expect an invader to flee a lot, right? It's more commonplace in Souls 3, I've noticed, than in Souls 1. Probably because it's easier to be OP as an invader in Souls 1. So they're less fearful. You know, they don't run as much. But most of the time they will. Once they start getting hurt, they'll flee deeper into the level so they can heal themselves. So you do not want to chase them ever. Do not play the invader's game. It's okay if he heals, because most of the time, unless you're certain you can catch him and finish him off, like you got to use your judgment. Like, you have a certain amount of time to catch him before he just gets too far away, and then you're better off pulling back, because he's just going to lead you into a trap, and then you're going to get fucked. So, don't be overly zealous in chasing an invader, right? Most of the time you don't want to chase them at all, because they're trying to lure you somewhere where they have an advantage, and they know that. And it's funny, because if you stop following them, you'll notice they stop and they go like, what? Like, you're not following me? And then they'll try to bait you by throwing things at you, right? Bombs, poison knives, whatever. Just easily dodge that shit or block it, no big deal. Eventually they'll give up, and they'll be forced to come in to fight you again on your own terms, you know? Like, that puts you in control of the fight. If you follow them, then they're in control of the fight. They're deciding where you go, and, you know, the environment and the enemies and all that shit. Don't give the power to the invader. It's your world. Fuck them. By the way, you don't owe an invader anything. Invaders, like, think about the definition of an invader. Someone unwelcome coming into your territory to take things from you, you know. So a lot of invaders, like they get upset, like, oh, I can't believe you healed, or like, why you got so many phantoms, blah blah blah. They act so entitled, as if like your world belongs to them. It's your world. So fuck the invader. Don't let them dictate anything. If they want to whine about it, tell them not to invade. It's their choice to invade or not. So if they choose to invade, they choose to deal with whatever, you know, you present them with, whether it's a gank or whatever. You know, if you're going to you pull out all the stops and heal with Estus and humanity, I don't care. It's your world. Fuck them. If they don't like it, they can leave. Never feel bad about that. Okay, make sure you use this fire while you're here, because it's a warp point later on when you get the Lord Vessel, and you don't want to miss it. And now we leave. Usually I don't bother with Seed until after I get the Lord Vessel, because Lost Izalith is locked anyway, you know, until you put the Lord Vessel in, so whatever. But if you need like a small bump in souls, sure, kill him, he's easy. You know, maybe you want Gold Hand Black set. I don't know. It's pretty swag looking, especially if you want to be a Ring Wraith. The Nazgul. I actually like the, in Bloodborne they have an armor set that kind of reminds me of them too. The Yahar'gul armor, you know, with the black cloak and everything. It's pretty awesome looking. Although, when you find the version without the hood, and it's just like this ridiculous gold Darth Vader helmet, it's just like, man, that's what I was wearing the whole time under that cool hood? Like, it just looks so silly. Oh well. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, it would be pretty comical just to, like, have a build that just wears that and, like, does a lot of magic or something. You just look like the most ridiculous wizard ever. Right, so if you're doing pyromancy, you should go to the depths before you come here, upgrade your Pyro Flame to +10 if you can. I know that's a lot of souls, right? But the reason being, to minimize backtracking, if you come down here with a +10 Pyro Flame, Quelana will spawn right here, and she will teach you the good stuff. Oh, also, I just thought about it. If you join the Chaos Covenant, then the egg guy over in, you know, where the, where Quelaag's sister is, the egg guy also upgrades Pyro Flames. I always forget he can do that. But yeah, he can upgrade your flame, like if you want to use the souls from Quelaag to get like the last few pluses you need to hit +10. Then you come on back out and meet Quelana. That's another way you can do it. This is also where you want to be to farm large shards if you want to get your weapon to +10. You need to kill the slugs. You see that? Way back there, that on the right side of the screen, there's that green blob. See that on the right side of the screen, like right in the middle? Yeah, those are the leeches, the slugs, whatever. You kill them, they have a decent drop rate of large titanite and also green titanite. So like if you wanted to do a fire weapon, like early on in the catacombs, right? This is where you would come to farm up your green shards. Because they drop them 5 at a time, and you only need, I think, 11 to hit +5 fire, so. Or you know, maybe you're doing magic, like with Rickard of Vinheim down in New Londo, you know? I think that also, yeah, that also uses green shards. Any kind of a +5 non-physical weapon uses green shards. So like Divine, there's another Ember you can get early on. Divine, Fire, and Magic. Lightning, though, just uses regular Titanite, you know, so for whatever reason they decided to make that one different. I'm not sure why. It's almost like it was an afterthought, like, they're like, oh crap, we're gonna add lightning, what should we use for it? Just make it regular Titanite, whatever. We can't add another color, there's not enough room. But I mean, they could have made it like yellow Titanite, that would have made sense. Oh well. Oh shit, I'm still using a spear. I forgot. Well, actually, it's not bad. I'm trying to get the endurance I need so I can just use whatever. I think it's 31 endurance. But I'm concerned because at this point my vitality is ridiculously low. It's still base. Just because I've been busy upgrading. I wanted to get Dex 25 so I can use all my weapons, and then Endurance 31 so I can wear all my stuff, so like I'm gonna be fragile for a while. But that's okay, because like really, I want Common to get the experience. So I don't mind being the fragile one and let him kind of step in to be the hero, you know? Maybe he'll save me a few times, that'd be fun. Okay, so I rang both bells now. I'm trying to think if I need anything else. I got all the gestures I want. Oh, nope, I'd like to have proper brow. I always like having proper brow for my female characters. It just looks nice. I like a classy lady. So, to kill the Hydra, I'm gonna go... I think I have enough stats to kill a Hydra right now. Mostly I'm concerned about blocking it, because, like, when you're up close and it just dogpiles all its heads on you, really your only option is to block. I don't think rolling is going to be effective. You're just gonna, like dodge a head or two and then get caught by a third one and, you know, get fucked up, so... I'm just concerned about having enough stamina to block, but I do have a tremendous amount of endurance right now. Oh gosh, how did this happen? Wow, I'm totally shocked. Anyway. Crestfallen guy. By the way, after Frampt shows up, if you talk to him, he'll say something about doing something about Frampt because he doesn't like him. And after that point, he'll be hollow in New Londo. So if you don't want to bother fighting him, because he's kind of a pain in the ass, he's good at parrying, then just don't talk to him, like, ever. If you enjoy seeing him sitting there, don't talk to him. Otherwise he'll end up being gone. And he's only worth 1,000 souls, too, and doesn't drop, like, any humanity, so it's really not worth. I happen to like that character, so I always just leave him chilling. It's just like my company when I come back to the shrine. My friendly man. Okay, well, I'm certainly not going to fight the Hydra with the spear, because I need to have a shield. Oh, maybe I can bleed it. That sounds good. Let me just make sure. Okay, yeah, I'm still fast rolling. Onward. Then again, crystal golems don't bleed. I'm probably going to use the Balder sword to take them out. Always want to clear those out first. Park it here, make sure I've kindled this. Very good. This is such a useful bonfire. I'm really glad they made it warpable. It used to not be warpable. Did you know that? Back in the old days. I think that was before the DLC. I want... Nah, poison isn't gonna matter against those golems. If they hit you, you're gonna get knocked down or pushed back or something like that. So let's swap to the old trusty Balder. I will kill that thing, but I'm waiting to get the gold serpent ring just because that Titanite catchpole is so hard to get. Very rare. But, you know, a lot of people who did get it say that it's an amazing weapon. Like, they're very impressed with the damage, like on a sorcery build. But, you know, if you're going sorcery, you really should be using Moonlight or the butterfly horn, you know, like, I mean, let's be real here. That's where your damage is at. Those are the most... Oh, crap. Oh, wow, that was embarrassing. Anyway, big damage, good moveset, plus, you know, you got the exploding R2, reliable poise damage as well on Moonlight Greatsword, and then just the long reach with the low stat requirements on the Moonlight Butterfly Horn. You know? Most of the time, Mugen Monkey will recommend that you roll Pyromancer if you're going to be a sorcerer, just because the stats are like you save a level or two for some whatever reason. Anyway, which means a default Pyromancer can one-hand the Moonlight Butterfly Horn, no problem, because it just takes 12 strength, which is what the Pyro starts with. Oh shit. That beefy R2 damage. So good. This sword. Really impressed. So glad I did this instead of the strength build, really. I'm already loving it. Ooh! So when I made this character, we were talking about having a humorous name for it. Common and I, we were talking about options. And he, you know, you've seen those memes on Facebook where they're like, oh, Dex is gay. And he's like, name it homodexual. And I was like, oh my god, that's actually hilarious. But I didn't feel comfortable having that name. So we also considered Dex on a Beach and Dexy Beast. Oh god. But I decided Dexual Deviant. And then he said I should have named it Dexual Seviant. As if like the S and the D were swapped. And I was like, oh, that's actually really clever. But it's fine. Dexual Deviant. I still like it. Gotta see if I can get some bleed action on this guy. He does bleed, it's just kind of hard to do it. Wow, alright, alright. But yeah, if you can kill him without taking all the heads out, you know, he will die. He does have a limited amount of HP. You don't actually have to kill all the heads if you're hitting him hard enough. It's just like really hard to do that. Here we go. And then the last head. Great, I'm just gonna have to kill them all. Terrific. Right, I'm probably gonna be better off catching it with the Balder sword. It's got more reach. It's quick. Goes all the way frickin' over here. Maybe I'll try the spear if this doesn't work. Woo! Come on, like one more hit. Uno mas. Another good way to take him out is archery. Oh, come on, how did that not hit him? That looked like it was right on target. Oh, I clipped him. Good. One more. No! Why won't you die? Oh god. Oh, frustrating. Okay. Come on. Yeah. Gotcha. Right. Just gonna let that finish death animation just to make sure it's actually dead. Got the souls. Okay, now, as before, quit load, get the gold guy to spawn. Moving in. Gold golems are probably a good target, or golems in general, probably a good thing to use the flamberge on. Because they're big and chunky. Hard to stagger unless you're like, hitting them with something heavy. Oof, that reach. Good oh crap, good damage too. Yeah, see? If I had rolled unlocked, he wouldn't have got me. Gotta get used to that. Always say yes to her. Although I think if you accidentally say no... God, what happens? I know it's still possible to... I think you can still summon her. I think her sign still shows up. Or you just talk to her again and say yes. But whatever. All is not lost. Poor Common's gonna have to fight that Hydra by himself too. Because we didn't do it while I was in this world. Easier to fight the butterfly at a low level than it is to fight the Hydra, I think. That's a shame though. But he's gonna have to kill it to open up the DLC. I hope he doesn't have too much trouble. He's probably gonna fall in the water. Most people fall in it once because they don't know about the edge. And then they say, wow, that's really stupid. Which it is. Like, why can't I just swim? Like, really? I understand I'm wearing armor, but even if you're going naked, you still sink. Immediately. It's not even like slow sinking, you just drop. Like you're falling off a cliff. Okay. That's all you gotta do. To unlock DLC, you know? Just gotta have that done before you go to Seed's place to get the, broken pendant. Right, this is what I wanted to change. To get the pretty bow. Oh, what a refined lady. Okay. Now I'm gonna level up and then go park at Sen's Fortress, I think, to get ready for the co-op. Probably later today we'll be hitting that. Ooh, and it's the weekend. Probably getting a lot of co-op play in. Exciting. What if I killed Havel? I don't remember. Wow, one hit. Let's check my ringy thingies. Oh, I did not. But I don't really need to either. It is fun though to, like, once you get like a strong weapon, to go back and just fuck Havel up. And then you have enough stamina to block with a shield and it's just like, ha! You can no longer one-shot me. What else do you got? By the way, you can build Havel for as little as like level 40 if you want to do a cosplay. And in fact, if you look at that level 40 build, it kind of feels like that's what they did. Like, Havel probably is level 40. He's just so tough to take down because he has a tremendous amount of defense. But he doesn't have, he's have like base vitality, because you need a billion strength to be able to one-hand his shield, first of all. But yeah, you can do it for as little as level 40. But like, basically you have nothing but strength, and then Havel's Ring and Fap Ring. That's it. Okay. I'm gonna double check my build to make sure I don't get too much endurance and ruin my build here. Because I always make a tight build with like no extra weight or anything like, you know, lingering. Trying to min-max hard on that. Okay, so where are you? My builds. Versatile Dex. 31 endurance with 0 weight left over. Okay. Wow, I can actually do it. Sweet. 31. Alright, yeah, we're good. 31. Okay. Well, now that should let me use a 6-pound weapon. Coincidentally, Flamberge. Where is it? Where's the weight? Oh yeah, 6 pound. On the right hand side, you can see it there. And Silver Knight, also 6 pound. So I should be able to flip with this. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Now, if you're going to use a heavier weapon that's slow, like when I go Flamberge, right, I'm going to swap this to Wolf, which will give me 63 poise, enough to withstand a black flame and not get stunned. Very important. And if I am using a two-hander only, Grass Crest on the back, for sure. Just going to get that little stamina boost. So, this build is designed to two-hand Flamberge and Silver Knight Spear with Grass Crest on the back. Swapping the ring as needed, either Wolf or Dark Woodgrain. Additionally, it can use, if I need to block, a solid shield with the one-handed either Silver Tracer, Balder Side Sword, or Gold Tracer. And that also gives me enough room, enough weight, to use the kick-ass composite bow, the most damaging bow in the game. What you want to do is you want to make your composite bow chaos to get the most damage out of it. Why? Because fire arrows exist, and you can see a feather arrow is only 50, a large arrow is 60 physical, but it has shorter range, right? So this has standard range and the highest damage that you can get, and you combo it with a chaos bow, so that way you only have, you want to split damage as few times as possible. So you don't want to have like a lightning bow or a magic bow, because then you have physical, lightning or magic, and fire, and you just don't want to split it that much. Like, conceivably, if you have a lot of intelligence, you could use moonlight arrows. So that's actually not a bad way to go if you want to have like a enchanted bow with moonlight arrows. But that's only if you're rocking like over 40 intelligence, you know. Otherwise, you're better off using the chaos on your composite bow so that you have big beefy damage. And in fact, since I have some time to kill, I think I will in fact go down to the catacombs and, oh, you know, I think I was stupid and didn't ask for green titanite. I did not. Shit, so I'm gonna have to farm this later on. What a bother. Matter of fact, I should clean up my box now. Leo Ring I also keep in case I want to swap wood grain for that, so I can get some hard pokes in. Right, let's clean up this box. Bandit's Knife I don't need because I have a Gold Tracer. Not using the Claymore. Claymore is kind of like the strength version of the Flam because it scales better with strength than dex. So if you're looking for a strength greatsword, or just, you know, a greatsword in general that you want to infuse with chaos or lightning, Claymore is a very dependable weapon. I'm sure you know that. Claymore is like highly praised throughout the entire Souls series. Don't need any of this crap. Right, that's all I need for the moment. What level am I? 35. I could still get some more. Right, it's about time I start working on that vitality. I'm way behind. Okay. So, in the meantime, you know, God, moving your way up from catacombs is such a huge pain in the ass. Thank God they made the Vamos bonfire warpable, though, because, like, used to be, you'd have to go even further into Tomb of the Giants if you wanted to, you know, not have to backtrack, and then you had to make your way out of Tomb of the Giants and Catacombs, and it was just like, oh God, please kill me. Right, but we're gonna go do that. Shoot, but first I need to go to, Quelleg's and farm slugs. Oh my. How much time do I have? Oh, good. Okay, I got like over an hour. So, yeah, I guess that's what I'll be doing today. This might get a little boring though, so we're gonna need some conversation. So real quick, I actually was smart enough to look up, or Common helped me out with some conversation starter ideas. So, let's have a look at that. Thank you, Common, for these wonderful conversation starters. Wow, some of these are crazy. What would a world populated by clones of you be like? I can't... if it was just clones of me, well, they would all age and die eventually, unless they just keep making more clones, and that would just be terrible. Like, what a boring place to live if it's only got one person in it. Right, going down to Quelleg's. That's really not a fun question at all. Like, clones of you, like, well, at least I would always have someone to play games with. That's cool, but shit. I mean, they'd all be the same. They'd all have like the same ideas and things, and yeah, no, that would just be tremendously boring. You know. Of course, it'd be nice to have a world without conflict, right? Like, if you're all of the same mind, you wouldn't, you know, you'd all be working together. It'd be like that Rick and Morty episode with Unity, where they're all, you know, working together. They're all of the same mind. Basically, that's what it would be like. Sounds a bit dull, though. You know, I don't think that you can ninja roll in water. Which kind of, if you're going in the swamp, that just kind of makes it, like, there's no point in even wearing the ninja ring. Okay, well, that conversation did not last long. Oh, some of these are kind of lame, too. What did you think was cool when you were young but isn't cool now? Peanut butter and jelly? Kind of a lame sandwich. Although, honestly, these days, every now and then, a PB&J is very refreshing. It's like having an orange soda. Like, you don't want it all the time, but every once in a while, it's nice to have, like, a different flavor, you know, to kind of refresh the palate. So, PB&J would be a thing that I really kind of like, ugh, do not want. Okay, moving along. Oh, can't one-shot those. Hi-ya! So chill here, make sure that I mean, I should have thought about this earlier, because I could have actually farmed a bit of humanity off of leeches, you know, because, like, again, if you kill stuff in an area where the boss isn't dead, you can get some free humanity out of it. So if you plan on farming, always recommend that you get that farming done first to score some free humanity. And don't end up being dumb like me, wasting your time. Always try to maximize those gains. Okay, you know what else? Just thought of, I'm seriously regretting. I have Sense Fortress open. I could have conceivably gone and grabbed the Gold Serpent Ring, which would have cut down the amount of time I'm going to be here, but now it's too far away to go get. because I'm probably going to take me the same amount of time to get the damn green shards off of slugs, so. And I think the bow is the only thing, because I'm going 40 decks. So the bow is the only thing that I'm going to make chaos. By the way, if you are planning to use the Ferris bow, okay, first, the reason I'm using composite is it shoots fast and it deals most amount of damage. But granted, it does have shitty range on it. Then again, in PvP, for the most part, you aren't going to be fighting at long range, so it's like, kind of doesn't matter. Plus, I said before, the high damage of the composite bow offsets the damage that you lose due to range. You just have to arc your shots a little more, which, you know, takes some time, but whatever. So I guess if you really were going to be using bows frequently, you would want to have a maxed out Ferris bow, you know, on standby with either feather arrows or poison arrows, because poison's always useful. You know, just to have like a little bit of that. You never know when it might come in handy. I always run with fire and poison arrows are like my go-to for the two types. Oh, cool, I can just one slash. Okay. Right. But I always recommend the composite just because I feel like it's more useful. And it does shoot faster, for sure, compared to longbow and Ferris bow are like sniping bows, so they take longer to fire. But the short bow and the composite do not. And in fact, the short bow only weighs half a pound. So if you have any weight left over at all, like it is worth the 1 extra endurance to put a chaos short bow on your melee build. Absolutely. The utility that you gain is just tremendous. Never know when you might need to just get that last little shot off to finish a guy who's like fleeing from you, or like, you know, a cheeky wizard or something. Someone who's trying to hide. Plus, if you think your enemy's using chameleon, and you're like, I can't tell if, you know, I can't remember if this object is supposed to be there or not. You can just shoot it, you know, and that'll tell you if it's a phantom or not. And if you didn't know, you get the composite bow from New Londo. There's only one in the game, so... But good thing, like, composite is really the only path that matters. Unless you're, like, on a quality build. It, I believe it does dual scale. Yeah, CC, right? So this is like a quality build bow. Although, bows don't get the two-hand bonus, so, like, I'm pretty sure they don't, because you need to have whatever strength it says. Like, if it says it needs 12 strength, it needs 12 strength, not 9, you know. So, yeah, they don't get a bonus from two-handing, I think. Which means if you were planning to just do pure physical with your composite, you would need 40 strength, 40 dex to maximize it. Which is a huge investment. Really... I'm not even sure you would have to reduce something. If you were going to go 40 strength, 40 dex on a 120 build, you would be you would definitely be less than 50 vitality, and you wouldn't have any extras like a small amount of attunement or something like that. I think it's much more competitive to do 2740. That way you can get that 50 vitality, or you can get a smidge of attunement for pyro, or even maybe squeeze in 16 intelligence for a great magic weapon with the Ulasil Catalyst, something like that. So, right, we were talking about, yesterday I was talking about how my videos are pretty long, you know, because I like stream continuously the whole journey while I have time, right? And then my friend was saying, you know, people don't really have time to watch that much stuff. Like, they need short videos they could just kind of grab when they're on their lunch break or whatever, you know, quick break at your desk, whatever you're doing. And I was like, yeah, okay. So I was trying to think about what are some shorter videos I can do. So if you guys have any ideas for that, I will absolutely am open to them. Oh, good. I think I got all I need. I'm going to get an extra 5 shards, though, just to be sure. So I have a couple ideas
literally only 2 right now of short videos I can do, but like if you guys want to put in the suggestion box maybe, like a short entertaining Souls video that you want to see, got an idea, totally open to that. Also, at some point, I do intend to get some kind of editing software. It's just that right now I'm so busy recording rather than editing. But editing's always been kind of a fun little side passion of mine. I just love making things funny, you know? Like, a lot of videos I see on Facebook, I think, this would be so much better with this music, you know? So I do want to do it. I just need to find the time and find, there, software for it. Okay, so we got the shards. But again, if you have ideas for shorter videos, like 5, 10, 15, 20-minute videos, let me know. Got the shards, now I'm going to go to the catacombs and get a fire weapon and the Rite of Kindling. Why not? While I'm there. Although maybe I shouldn't get the Rite of Kindling, actually. Maybe I should save that to do with common. I think I will. I think I will. Yeah, because I don't want to be... I don't want to be too OP when I'm working with him, you know, because then he'll just be overshadowed and it won't be fun anymore. So always stop here when you're leaving the swamp, because you want to set your spawn point here in case something unexpected happens, and it will, and you will regret it. You surely will regret it, buddy. The main thing is you do not want to be poisoned when you're going back out of here, because that's just gonna complicate things, and you know, poison makes it difficult to heal. Like if you survive a hit with a sliver of health, odds are the poison will catch you before you have a chance to Estus, so really poison is kind of a finisher. It just makes everything that much more difficult when you're taking that continuous damage. So always rest of the fire, that way you're not poisoned when you leave. Otherwise you might end up regretting it. I know I have before. And then I've had to friggin' walk all the way from like Quelag's Fire or the Great Hollow, whatever, so yeah, huge pain in the ass. Avoid if possible. Yeah, this is shaping up to be a pretty fun build though. I'm quite satisfied with it. I'm looking forward to taking it into the DLC and fighting that stuff. I will have to stock up on gold pine resin though, and oh my god, is that ever an annoying thing to farm off of those dumbass little mushrooms. Back and forth. You just gotta buy like 1 billion homeward bones and grind through it. It's annoying though. I've done it before, like, if you don't have someone who can mule you a stack of like 99 gold pines, and I've had to grind up like 80 of them before. Funny enough, it was on a Silver Knight build. Just because I wanted like a little extra damage for the Silver Knight sword. Which is buffable, by the way. Because the damage on that build was kind of mediocre, as all cosplay builds usually are. By the way, if you like Hawkeye Goff, I know I said that's my favorite NPC. If you like him, a cool cosplay build for him, his bow, of course, his armor, of course, but then weapon-wise, like, well, what do you use? Now, here's what I think that's a weapon that is both very effective and very flavorful. Obsidian Greatsword. It's Calamit's tail! How cool is it that Goff should use Calamit's tail, you know, to fight with? Like, that's like totally a trophy for him. He hates Calamite, so yeah, like I think it's just so cool. Goff cosplay with the Obsidian Greatsword. It makes a lot of sense to me. Otherwise, what are you going to use? A Cestus? Because he uses like just big smashing wrestling moves on you, so. And as you know, Cestus is just not that good. Fist weapons in general in Souls 1 are just kind of crap. Not worth. But in the later games, when poise is less of an issue, Wow. Sisters, they sure got good then, because you actually can kind of stun lock with it. Just because of how fast it is. Like, I'm sure, I think we've all at one point or another been caught by some dumbass who just keeps spamming R1 or L1, whatever, you know, to give you a good double fisting with his cestus, and it's just like, stop it, you're so annoying. The trouble there is if you try to counter him by hitting R1, he will be faster than you and you will just get stun locked. So, if you find yourself, if you get hit with Assistus once, you need to be defensive. That means roll away or block, otherwise you're just going to keep getting hit. Make sure that we're all good here. Okay, and that is where we will pause for today on this character. Oh no! Oh my god, I'm so stupid. I was supposed to go to the catacombs. What the hell? I'm so distracted when I talk to you guys. Derp, 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 derp. Okay. Alright. Okay, alright. Here we go. Here we go. Good thing it's not a tremendously far, far away distance to get to those cats. I don't think I picked up anything in the graveyard either. I don't have my binoculars, and those are always fun to, you know, look at things, certain large round objects with. Going on a journey to the catacombs. Hey guys, guess I'll be going there before you. Don't want to talk to you yet. By the way, doesn't he remind you of Mung from Chowder? You ever watch that show? Totally Mung. Alright, so we're gonna grab all this loot on the way. I bet I could just kill these skeletons though. I don't have to run away from them anymore, I think. Yeah! Oh! He survived. EZ. Two-hand will probably one-shot him. Yeah, for sure. Reliable damage. Good old Baldy sword. I'm curious now how much a two-handed R1 on the flame burst will hit for compared to this R2 on this guy. If they're the same, my jaw is just gonna drop. Let's find out. Let's switch this here. Yep, still fast rolling. Oh my god, it is the same. How did I know? That's funny, I just had a feeling. Oh my god. That's so hilarious. That Balder sword is OP. What the heck? So really, what would you rather have? The, like the R2 on this is obviously going to hit harder. And it does more poise damage, right? But in situations where poise is not really important, wouldn't you rather have the option of blocking and the, you know, the quick slashy moveset if you need it? Really, what a tremendously great sword. Shit, you could make this guy Chaos or Lightning if you really wanted to. I mean, really, it's made for Dex, but if you just like the moveset, which, who doesn't? It's got low stat requirements, too. 10 strength, 14 Dex, so why not? Sure. That's not super demanding for a weapon that you're just going to make elemental. It's worth the small stat investment, so if you want a quick weapon with a awesome moveset. Actually, I'll kindle this because I'm going to need it for combo. And you might as well bust out with ye old elemental Balder sword. Okay. Once I finish this and get back to Sense Fortress, I'll be swapping and going to doing co-op probably for an hour or so. You know, however much time I have left. Do some random co-op. I keep trying to find co-op in Sense Fortress because I love it there. Oh shit, this is bad. Thank God I was wearing my poise ring. Otherwise that would have been even worse. Killing that guy is sometimes very hard if you don't have poise with the other skeletons around. But if you could take him out, do take him out. Yeah, I'll go through here more in depth with Common later on. Of course, he will have to make it out of the catacombs. Whoever kills Pinwheel first is going to have to backtrack kind of a long way to regroup. I'm thinking about that now, and it's making me reconsider my idea about not killing Pinwheel. Maybe I will spare him the agony of having to do it 2 times. But either way, he'll still have to, No, it's fine. He'll have to make his way out either way. And assuming that we pull it off... What the... Oh, no. What the hell? Right. As I was trying to say before I was rudely interrupted. He's gonna have to make his way out either way by himself. So, when he does, might as well call up a second time. Sure. So yeah, I'll leave Pinwheel alive. Ow. By the way, if you have a less than 100% block shield and you go up against one of those statues, weirdly, it seems like you take more damage while blocking than not. You can verify that, like with a Grass Crest shield, you'll see what I'm talking about. But it seems like, really, you take more damage by blocking. I think it's because, for some reason, you take more hits when you block that statue. For whatever reason, I don't know why. But it seems like it hits your shield like 3 times, whereas it would only hit your body like once. And it doesn't do a lot of damage, so... It's just one of those weird quirks. Oh shit. Okay, good. It occurred to me your weapon needs to be +5 before it can be made into fire. Do I want to actually use this bonfire? I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it hard. Modify firebow. There we go. Okay, so if I use this, I can warp to it later. Yeah, fuck it, I'll just take the extra time to make my way out. Whatever, not a big deal. Let's kindle it. My Kindle fire. Hee hee hee. Really wonder if the people who made the Kindle Fire were Souls fans. Oh god! Sometimes you get lucky and those boneheads, those exploding heads will take out a wheel. But they don't always. I kind of want to kill that Necromancer. Sometimes the bone wheels will find their way in here, sometimes not. Oh shit, well. All I had to do was invite them in, apparently. Just show them where I was at. Okay, no, please no fireball. Fireball, big damage. Oh shit, that's even worse. Hi. How are you? Mr. Big fucking huge knight with a big fucking axe. Please die. Yeah. A shame though. Didn't get anything off of them. Would have been nice. Just gonna take this skull lantern. Did you know that you can trade a skull lantern for a fog ring? I like the little bit of irony there, like a thing that sheds light into a thing that conceals you. But yeah, it's always a good idea to, you know, kind of get your hands on one of those. Traveling around with maximum farm is just a good idea in general. Always want to have that 10 humanity. For a variety of reasons. I bet you that I can... I don't have enough strength to two-hand the Gravelord Sword, though. But I kind of just want to get it anyway. I'll have to fight Mr. Big. Yeah, I'm going to use the Balder. Because I need to be able to block. Oh, he's actually doing less stamina damage than I thought. Yeah, this is just going to be time-consuming. Do have to watch out for the jump attack always, because holy shit does it hurt. Such a small area to be fighting this guy in. Oh. Whenever he kind of hesitates and doesn't attack, it could mean he's about to jump. So you really want to be cautious if he stops attacking for any period of time. See, like he could jump right now. Yep. Called it. Otherwise, this guy is really just block and counter. Pretty easy. Shit. Yeah, do be careful about burning out all your stamina. Gotcha. Now I will become a Gravelord. There's so many good Gravelord and Nido memes on Facebook. There's also a video on YouTube. I think it's called When I'm Gravelord. Holy shit, that's a funny video. Definitely check that one out. When I'm Gravelord. That actually kind of looks like a burial mask. Now that I'm in here. Gotta wait like 30 seconds, something like that. Okay. I like how she showed her little feetsies when she was in there. Enter Covenant. Give me stuff. Sadly, the Miracle is pretty much always inferior to just using a Fire Tempest. It's basically the same as a, you know, a Firestorm spell. In terms of, like, you can only cast it one time, really, to get, like, the most out of it. But it's got a smaller hitbox, and, yeah. Although it does have some quirks about it, like Gravelord Sword will actually go across gaps, and it has a couple other weird behaviors that set it apart. But for the most part, like just damage, you know, and reliability, it's inferior to any of the Firestorm spells. Also considering that, you know, it scales, right? Like, it's made to be used with faith or intelligence or whatever. Even though you don't need any to cast it. I mean, if you don't have the stats, you're 100% better off using one of the pyromancies that does the storm effect. I just remembered this is actually a pretty good shortcut to get back to the start. You just need to watch out for the Necromancer. There he is. No, do not cast that shit on me. Backstabbing a skeleton always makes me laugh. Right in the spine. You know, it seems like in Souls 2, if you backstab a skeleton with a piercing weapon, it only does half as much damage. Which, I don't know if it's intended or not, but if it is intended, I think it's pretty clever. Because really, a piercing weapon, like, there's just Like, you're gonna just go right through the ribs and not hit anything. Goodbye, skeleton. Right off the cliff. Wow, 3 of them. Always rest at whatever bonfire you're passing by, just in case you die. You never know. Same thing I was talking about down in Quellags. You do not want to lose time, because you couldn't take a few seconds to renew your bonfire. Then you gotta go all the way back from the start. Get out of my way! Ugh. Take that, Senor Bonehead. What a nice view. Look at that big fucking tree. Is that the Great Hollow? Holy shit. That might... It is! Look, that's the swamp down there! Oh, that's so cool. I love how this world is so interconnected. I love it. That's awesome. Neat, 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 neat. Yeah, see? I was like, I might get caught by a bonehead here. Oh, that's right. Don't have a fire here at the moment. Gotta go this way. So, a word about archery. Usually I like to keep my bow behind my shield, so I still have access to my sword. Like, if someone comes running at you because they see you have your bow out, you want to be able to quickly respond by stabbing them in the face. You know? Instead of just blocking them. Anyway, it's better to just have that weapon out in case you can get some damage in, because they just come running at you. But the thing is, I don't know if it's because it's in the left hand, but it seems like every time I shoot an arrow, the arrow lands slightly to the right of wherever I'm aiming. And so I have to aim slightly left to get it to hit, be on target. And I don't know if like that changes if you put it in the right hand. I will test that later. Okay, and that concludes my solo journey. Actually, I'll get some levels real quick. Yeah, get some vitae there. Cool, I'm right on the money. Right, 1 level behind common. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. Okay. Hopefully see you later for some co-op with common, but for now I'm going to be doing co-op with randoms. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm over on YouTube as well. And don't go hollow.